Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. This is Tanya Aarons coming to you from Brisbane, Australia. It's 12:22 p.m. As you can see, I've just had a shower, washed my hair, scrubbed up for the day. I slept late till about 10:25 a.m, but I was up at 4, saw the dawn. It was a bright red sky. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning, but so far the weather looks fine and hot and sunny and no sign of any storms, but the sunrise speaks differently. If we follow the old sailor or farmer's almanac, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm making this video. I've been very busy making videos since the weekend, and I'm probably boring my few subscribers to death, but I committed to making videos of my journal entries that are available to be read for free. If you want to contribute to my to my old age prosperity, it is available for free, but donations or tips or on my stories on Vocal Media are more than welcome. We need to keep the flow of abundance, like a disco DJ machine. Wax on, wax off. No, keep waxing on, keep waxing on. Shh, slippery tip. Let's keep the money rolling in. All you need is love, people, but money does help a lot too. But anyway, I'm not begging, I'm not spruiking, I'm just saying. If you feel inclined, donations are more than appreciated. If you appreciate some of my writings on Vocal Media, which I admit it's basically all my trauma processing, so it's hard going and you might not want to pay for that. But it serves, if nothing else, as an educational provenance for those who have walked in my moccasins and can see the growth, the post-traumatic growth and the development in my psyche and spirit, and it might inspire you also. One can only hope. Anyway, today's diary of even date had a few really ghastly, traumatic things, but a few lovely things in too. Because life is yin and yang, people. It's positive and negative, and it's knowing how to weave it, the good with the bad, and make your life beautiful in spite of trauma and horror and ghastly crap. So early hours of this morning, I posted a meme. Was actually from 2017, but I reposted it, and it's a meme of Wednesday Addams as a little girl, and it says, "Some girls are Malibu Barbie, and I'm Wednesday Addams." And I wrote a comment, my wry, dark sense of humour. I'm Tanya Aarons, close but no chocolate fish or hemlock meringues. And as a child I pronounced meringues, merengues, because I'd read the word before I knew how to pronounce it. So there is that. 16th of October 2022. I have an intense anxiety today. Now bear in mind I haven't been taking psych meds since 3rd of June 2016. So I've had to live with my anxiety, sometimes not all that managed very well. So I have an intense anxiety today, so intense that I feel like I'm being boiled on hot coals, also exhausted, a strange dichotomy in my body. I am cooking roasted chicken drumsticks and getting through this day, one moment at a time. It's not easy, but I have surfed this hypomania for a long time now. I also feel an intense loneliness, so intense that it almost feels engulfing. It can't be real, so I am quashing it. It's starting to feel like a full-blown psychic attack, or something awful is about to happen. I must be ready. And, 10 months later my dog died, so I don't think that's what I was intuiting, but it was an intense energy that I was struggling with all day. And a lot of my anxiety is actually spiritual, when I pick up on the zeitgeist of the times, or if I'm under actual psychic attacks, which have been numerous during my lifetime. So I recognise it when I somatise it in my body. Speaking of somatising, 10th of October 2021. Sitting on the earth, grounding and feeling rather untethered. That was the previous year. Even after having an afternoon nap followed by a walk with the beau. It's quiet and the wind has dropped. Charlie is fossicking in the grevillea bush. Bobo is gnawing on his tail. And there's quite a lovely photo of me, if I don't delete us by accident like I did the other day. Looking, a bit pallid around the gills, but reasonably content with the new earrings I'd just made. Of memorial earrings to Socks and Sophie, my two foster cats that passed away, or Socks passed away on the 9th of July 2021, so I was still very grief-stricken with all of that. Here's a close-up of the earrings. They're quite lovely. I mean, I'm not very good at engraving. I didn't have the tools, but I tried to convey what they look like as best as possible. I'm quite proud of those earrings. They're very heavy to wear because they're heavy soup spoons that I turned into, that I flattened and turned into a canvas for my earrings paintings. My lungs are squeezing after wearing a mask for 4 hours last night while dancing. It's evil bullshit, what we are being forced to do in order to proclaim our freedom and have the dance. I hope I don't get a chest infection. I had a nice time, but I probably won't go back until they stop with the evil mask restrictions on the dance floor. It's not worth the risk to my lungs. It's wholly unnecessary, as everyone was social distancing anyway. Posting this a day late, as I was in Facebook jail yesterday. This morning, as I was waking up, I was shown images of Dr. Eva Popper, who died a few years ago. She was a member of my former congregation at BPJC, formerly Temple Shalom. No idea why she was appearing to me. There was no message, but it was distinctly her face. I spent several minutes looking at her, wondering what she wanted to convey to me. Then I was briefly shown a flash of the face of David Bowie. I smiled wryly. I said to myself, I would have loved to meet you. He replied wryly, well, I am here now. I was quite bemused. Eva Popper and David Bowie visiting me as I drag my consciousness back from the astral. Eva had not liked me much, except she did bring a CD of gypsy music back from her visit to Hungary for me. That was very sweet. I had commented to her that I could never afford to travel or hear real gypsy music in Europe. Maybe she took pity on me after the decades of emotional abuse I experienced in Temple Shalom, later BPJC, now currently called Beit Or, House of Light. Give me a break. Dibbuk keepers are they. I hope my mother is behaving herself in their unholy walls, laughing my ass off. And that's a reference to, they kept my mother's name on the Yizkor memorial list, and the last time I went to that temple, her name cropped up just as I was handed the paper to read out. It was very weird and spiritual and synchronistic and freaked me the fuck out. And my beautiful Sally Castle read my mother's name out because I was not willing to, and leaned over and whispered to me, "She can't hurt you anymore, Tanya," which was very loving and loyal of her. Unfortunately, my mother can hurt me and still can hurt me, has the power to hurt me to this day via my trauma memories and, the level of poverty she cast me into for the rest of my life, and the slander and the viciousness that went on for decades. But anyway, here's a nicer memory. This is of the same date, 2021, 16th of October. 3:08 a.m. Home safe from a lovely night of dancing to one of my favourite band's alter egos. I caught up with Sigal, who was happy to see me after so long. Sigal is another Jewish woman that danced with me at the casino for many years. She actually was born in Tel Aviv. And I defended her after they harried her out of the casino. I think it was April or May this year. And as a consequence, I was also hassled out of the casino only a few months later, just after my dog died. He died on the 1st of August, and I was out dancing on the 5th, and they harassed me again, and I just walked out on my dignity because that live wire bar and the management of the Treasury Casino are fetid and disgusting how they treated both Sigal and I. It's actually a good case for the Anti-Discrimination Commission, but I can't be bothered. I'm too ill. I'm too ill for another long, drawn-out legal wrangling over a space that was always fetid, so why fight to stay there? Fuck 'em. Fuck them. But anyway, I do miss seeing Sigal, and I hope and pray she is okay after being driven out of there. I met a man from Alice Springs named Carl. Actually, he approached me rather awkwardly towards the end of the night, offering me a drink as he stated I had not drunk all night. I had actually had 3 drinks, so I politely declined his offer as I knew I had to drive. He looked so shattered with disappointment that I smiled and said he could buy me a lemonade instead. He ran to the bar immediately and was delighted to have an excuse to chat with me, which I actually thought was quite sweet. Somebody a bit generous, not like the usual bums that used to trawl through that space and leer at me for 12 years. I introduced him to Sigal as my friend. He astutely commented that there are no real friends in bars or casinos. A philosopher and a wise man. I replied she had always been good to me, and we have danced together for 11 years, so definitely a casino friend. He observed that she was in her own world, again rather astute. I replied, I don't judge, and I too live in my own mystical world. Anyway, somehow I scared him off. Actually, no, not somehow. I did it quite deliberately. He excused himself to go to the toilet, and never came back. Lol. Seagull suggested he might be worth knowing. Did I like him? I replied that I don't like him as I don't know him, and in fact I like very few men after what I have been put through in life. I said, I come out to dance, have fun, enjoy the music, and I am not letting my heart out to play ever again. Done and dusted. Thank you, menopause, for turning me into a frigid, angry, psychotic bitch. We both had to laugh. Oh, what happened? What happened? Hang on. My computer just blanked out. Don't do this, computer. You're being naughty. Right in the middle of my video. Oh, freaking out. Freak out. Freak out. Freak out. Freak out. Ah, here we are. We're back in the room. We're back in the room, my darlings. Where were we? Oh, laughing about me saying that menopause had turned me into a frigid, angry, psychotic bitch. The truth hurts, people. Not that psychotic, not that frigid, but definitely angry. Anyway, Carl was half Sicilian and half Aboriginal, but living in Alice Springs is no good to me. I need a man who is here. Well, actually, need is the wrong word. I don't need any man. But long-distance bogus relationships don't fly with me. So the ancestors did me a favour scaring him away like that. I can't deal with men who are scared of my power. C'est la vie. It was sweet that he showed interest and bought me the lemonade though. A gentleman and a generous soul. Seagull showed me her oil paintings on her iPhone, photos of them. She is a very good artist. I showed her my jewellery making efforts. I was happy that we have both been busy in recent months, expressing our creativity. I said, we might eventually be successful artists. She said we could go to the markets together. I said, I don't do 4 a.m. markets, but I'm building up enough stock that eventually I may have to go to the markets. It might be fun to go with her one day. Something to think about. So all in all, it was an interesting evening. Good morning, you all. Time the Tanya, aka the psychedelic dreamer, went to sleep. And here I wrote, hot and sweaty as the casino makes you dance with a mask on. Palaszczuk's Butt Boys. And I spelt it B-O-I-S. And please don't be offended by the expression butt boys. I am an ally of the LGBTIQ plus community. I always have been. But I'm very earthy and I say things how I perceive them. And yeah, they were little butt boys, all right, fulfilling every little mandate and every little bit of viciousness, including assholing me out of the casino, telling me I'm not 5-star enough for the new venue, the pigs. But I have had fun in spite of the COVID terrorism, which is what it really is. I have danced with some astonishingly wild women. Did my little heart good? So it did. Beauregard was seriously disgusted when I informed him I was going dancing. He put his ears back in chagrin. It was hilarious. And here's a photo of me. It's a bit blurry. But here I am being a good little government drone with my mask around my neck because I couldn't fucking breathe with my asthma. Looking reasonably content and triumphant. And you can see I've got my corset on. my crystals, and having a lovely time, living my best life as I strive to do each and every day, no matter what horror surrounds me, because I am defiant. I deify. 16th of October 2020. I feel very tired today, probably due to the asthma, but I have managed to change my bed linen and water some of the garden, moving the hose around, which reminds me I have to do that shortly. And my chicken bits have cooked, so I've got to eat that too. So I better hurry up, hey? I have washed the bed linen and brought half of it in. I'm going to take things easy today as I feel a bit lightheaded again. On Tuesday, this is the lovely story that I wanted to share with you. On Tuesday, when Crystal and I went to the Myala Forest at Mount Glorious, we were blessed with the most astonishing and magical surprise. Just on dusk, Crystal thought she saw a tiny light flickering on and off in some leaf litter. She thought she was imagining it at first. So we both stood still, kept quiet, and waited. Sure enough, the little light flicked back on and off again. Delighted, we had come upon a tiny firefly. So we continued on our trek back to the car. As the sky grew darker, more fireflies came out to play. We were so amazed that we both sat down on the ground, and I tried to film them, but my battery was low, so it would not pick them up properly. Crystal got some very good shots on her phone camera. Anyway, we were sitting quietly observing the magic of nature. Crystal began to sing, "Dream a little dream of me," so I joined in. More fireflies came out of curiosity at the singing of two women. They flew around Crystal's head. I said, "Come on, little ones, come to Mama Tea," and held my hands out in the darkness. They flew around us both. I told Crystal that humans have bioluminescence too, only probably not often visible to our human spectrum, but the fireflies could see us clearly. We sat and sang to them for about 20 minutes. It was a fabulous bonding moment with my daughter, something we will both remember for the rest of our lives. We got up and kept walking, and the fireflies flew ahead of us and led us gently out of the forest. I felt like a babe in the woods, being guided by the tiny lights to an entire new beginning. I did not post about the fireflies the other day, as we wanted to take Jared there and surprise him. He went with Crystal on Wednesday evening. He said there weren't as many as we saw on Tuesday, but it was still glorious at Mount Glorious. Crystal took him on a much longer hike for 5 hours. Anyway, if you get a chance, Brisbaneans, take your kids and show them something really special. I just woke up with the song running through my brain, a beautiful message from the divine feminine. Have a good day, my beloveds. And the song is Hymn to Her by the Pretenders. My little spirit messages sending me little hints. Yeah, sweet really. 16th of October 2019. Not well today, a bit triggered, but I have bathed the beau who growled and snarled through the whole process. I did not sleep well last night, which was annoying as I was mentally exhausted. But as soon as my head hit the pillow, my brain decided to ruminate, conglomerate, and pugitate. 4 hours later, I finally passed out into somnolence, then woke up after only 5 hours. I think I need to dance more at home to wear myself out, or something. Probably menopause is slowly killing me, but this too shall pass. Rebirthing the Tanya is a long, slow, arduous labour of intense love and catastrophic sabotage and other distractions. And here's my beautiful boy looking at me with consternation. I miss him so much. He could be a bit difficult, my little Bo, but I do miss him. He was a wonderful dog. And then I posted a meme. I don't know how many chocolates equals happiness, but so far it's not 27. And my response to that was, it's all quantitative quality control or lack thereof. Matter of fact, I need chocolate right now. Damn it, ate all my supplies. Been eating far too much chocolate in recent weeks and I'm piling on the weight, and it's got to stop, people. It is my drug of choice. 16th of October 2018. This is awkward, but this is true. Oh my God, I have never seen so much shit spray everywhere as when he released the valve, the lid on the pipe that was blocked. This was absolutely horrible. 15 years of this. Alright, I've had a few years when it was fixed, but now it's back with a vengeance. House of Horrors, running effluent and blocked drain again. Ghastly. Yeah, it was tree roots, packed so solid they could not get the camera down. Council came and cleared the line. Phew. This is going back in chronology on that day, people. So, rough night, lots of broken sleep and bouts of insomnia. Grrr. Then got woken up by the BCC lawnmowers. All good. It's 10:44 a.m. now. Time to rise and shine. I had a lovely afternoon and evening with Jared. We watched The Haunting of Hill House. Very well written TV series. It had us in thrall. Being seasoned aficionados of horror shows, that is pretty hard to undertake. Usually I find them disappointing or even boring or just plain schlocky. We watched all but the last episode. It was 1 a.m. by then, and we got tired, so Jared had the long drive home. Because even though I have a spare bed here, he never sleeps over. It's just insane, really, but that's how he rolls, or used to roll anyway. I thought when I went to bed I would pass out with exhaustion, but instead my mind was overstimulated. Never mind, probably the after effects from the weekend of dancing also. Hypomania is not for sissies, laughing my ass off. Anyway, here I am, a new day. Mango and yogurt for breakfast. Yum. 16th of October 2017. It's spiritual, all of it. 16th of October 2016. 2:26 p.m. Back into room, had a good sleep, time to greet the sun. And a photo of a gift from Sacred Space, red Pierre de Ronsard, my weeping rose in my front garden. Thank you, Adonai. Adonai is Hebrew for one of the names of God, means Lord. Here you go. They are exquisite roses. It's blooming at the moment, but they're dying. The flowers are dying off with this intense heat we're having. Awake after only 5 hours sleep again. Can't feel my feet. Asthma bad, but life is wonderful. I had a blast last night. The supermoon brought me joy and love and generosity from my casino friends. Wow, we all went completely off, but it was joyous and mad. I have been outside to let the hens out. Glorious sunny day. A kiss from the gods. Now back in bed to rest. Perhaps get more sleep, cuddling with my dog. I woke up with Mushu on my right, Bobo on my left, and Penny at my feet. It was like a triad of protective love. It was hard to get out of bed to go pee without disturbing all three of them. But I squeezed out and came back to bed to find Bobo still on there. So I had to physically carry him outside so he could pee, then sniff the air too. Happy boy. Almost his first birthday in a few days' time. He is happy to have the mama home. He loves Sundays. "4:55 a.m. Home. Just had an Epsom salt bath but won't be feeling my feet for a few days now. I finally got with the program and brought some ballet slippers to change into. It helped a fair bit, but the dancing continued and my body is quite hammered now. But by the gods, did we have a wild night. Again, so much love in the room. Good times." So there were some good times at the casino before they went rancid. It's a shame. It's a shame how they've gone, but what can you do? They only want the young, privileged and wealthy in their new venue, and they've discarded all the eccentrics and older women and Jews and anyone who doesn't have, a great deal of money because they're just greedy and corrupt and evil. So, fuck them. Thanks to Karen for buying me dinner at KFC, bought me a drink at the casino. I looked around. What is this? Go away. What is this? Sorry, came up with another window I didn't even click on. I looked around and suddenly I had 3 drinks. Joe and Kirsty's partner each bought me a Jack Daniels. Hoo-ha! Very lovely. Later, Joe and I did our charismatic dance of wildness. So much fun. Joe was Korean and he used to go off with me. It was hilarious. Terry and Karen and I danced together with Tony and Chris. Awesome. I think I need to lie down now. The sun is up, but former zombies must rest. 16th of October 2015, 11:43 p.m. Just spoke up, too tired to go anywhere. Sleep the sleep of the righteous. Dancing will have to wait. So obviously I'd intended to go out, but had a nap and slept in. I don't have anything to declare except my genius. Quote Oscar Wilde. Like other wild things, all I have is myself. I am not a postscript, an afterthought, a residual stain on the gutter of the roadworks of life. I am more than my flesh and brain. I am that I am becoming. Yeah, I know, it scares the shit out of me too. Watching my body betray me and my mind quickening. My soul wants what it wants, but forgets it is limited by a 50-year-old PTSD survivor's dross humanity. So dance we must, get into the zone to transform, transmute, and cast off the negative draining energies. Bear in mind this would have been only 2 months, 22nd of August. Yeah, just under 2 months after my suicide attempt. Life is for staring down, both good and bad. I just ate the chicken pie I bought yesterday. Oh my God, so delicious. I have taken 2 headache tablets, eaten pie, so perhaps in 2 hours I will be ready to fly, unless the football is on at the casino. That shit gives me the heebie-jeebies. My frog buddy is back. He seems to like being in the pond in the evenings. Best place to be after a hot day. Shabbat shalom, I've slept a lot today. I have a headache now, but dance I must. Just chilling in bed with Miss Penny and summoning up more mojo, which didn't happen. I wish I could buy another pair of my studded Aliza Docs. They lasted 2.5 years and I wore them almost every weekend, dancing and kicking ass. What fun. Now they are orchid holders and hang in my tree. I couldn't bear to throw them out. My optometrist says my eyes are fine apart from dryness, so now I have to see my doctor to find out what the blurred vision I had for 2 days was caused by. I couldn't read even with my glasses. Oh, and I now have to use my glasses to drive. Damn it. Some waffle about my updating my iPhone, which is just boring and frustrating and blah, blah, blah. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. after literally passing out while watching Falling Skies on Netflix at 8:30 p.m. I never go to sleep that early. It must have been the stress of chasing down a dentist yesterday, plus getting rather sick. I think I will rest today so I can summon up my mojo to dance tonight, or perhaps tomorrow night. It is a bit perturbing that I am sleeping less hours, but after several months in homeostasis, I guess my body has had enough. I am happy even if still chronically exhausted. The journey to healing continues relentlessly. 1:36 p.m. Wow, just woke up again. After a night of bad reflux and tummy troubles, I needed my rest. Now to greet the day and the marvellous night, which failed miserably. 16th of October 2014. I was very triggered today by a meme about sisters. My own sister traumatised me, then declared me dead. Screw the evil bitch. So I went out to release my rage on the garden. I dug up some baby onions. Now I'll have to dry them out, I think. They would be shallots. I expected full-grown onions, but beggars can't be choosers. I planted the onions that have been sprouting on my kitchen bench for weeks. Then I cleaned out the worm farm bottom and rinsed it through. Then I took some rocks off Zulu's grave and put them back on my small rock wall border near the front steps. Bloody chickens kick all the soil out, so I'm trying to blockade them. They dug up my newly planted sage that was doing well, grrr, so I have to buy some more and put mesh down so my girls can't do it again. I put fresh straw in the Silky's coop, cleaned out the old straw and poop. Oh, a horrible sickly sweet taste in my mouth. Ugh. Yuck. I went round the garden and threw out old rotten plastic bins and rusting metal bits and pieces. The garden looks much tidier, especially as it got mowed yesterday. I filled up the shallow, useless pond as it will be ideal to grow out the fry-in. Then I put them in it. Then I thought, oh crap, toads will get in it and eat them all, or worse, breed in it. So I dragged some wire mesh out from under the house, cut some off and covered the fry pond. I also pulled out the broken pond pump and cleaned the filter sponge. I threw out the pump but kept the sponge as it was still good for when I can afford a new pump. Then I locked up the chooks as it was getting dark and gave my little Silkies their evening cuddle. Must tame that little rooster Mischief and his timid neurotic mother Frida. Now I have a sore neck and am exhausted. It was nice to be outside though, in the sunshine, and busy. And then I posted the meme, which is of two little girls, and one little girl's doing this. We all have that one sister. I wrote, I am that sister. My sister declared me dead 2 years ago, instead of helping fight the con artist Shearer sisters. They got Mum's house and money, so every day in every way my sister fucked me over. So a big fuck you to Angela, the evil creature. Insert appropriate word that starts with C. She enabled pedophiles and my own mother to destroy me, and even asking me if I was sorry, she talked my mother out of aborting me. By the way, Angela, I am very much alive and loving my life now. So go fuck yourself. I can only pray karma gets her and the Shearers. And here we are all these years later. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? 1:38 a.m. I have been outside filling up the fish pond, cleaning out the filter, and it took me forever to get the waterfall working again. I finally found the separate switch in the pump. I also watered the blueberry, which I must buy some more blueberry plants because mine died, and put some wormweed on the plants in that corner. I had a lovely time with Crystal. She bought us Indian food for dinner, then we cuddled the rabbits, watched Ghost Adventures and sipped chrysanthemum tea. The flower opens up from a ball when you pour the water on it. Very pretty. Actually, that was recommended to me by Joe, the Korean guy at the casino, who happened to be an acupuncturist. The flower opens up from a ball when you pour the water on it. Very pretty. Bit weird but effective. The tea was pleasant to taste too. I was upset when I arrived home as my fighter fish had died. Jared had a new one on order. Now he's going to be a loner. I'll have to get 2 more fish so the bowls are all alive again. Tomorrow I will set up the small pond for the new baby fish to grow up in. They are tiny at the moment. 16th of October 2013. Home again, hurdy-gurdy, loopy, woohoo. 16th of October 2011. I came home from a big day out at BPJC to discover my new hot chocolate standard rose was in bloom. It was a really dark orange and I am delighted with it. Died. My Brindabella tea rose next to it has a large bud, so that promises to open in the next few days. And at long, long last, my weeping Pierre de Ronsard is budding and looks ready to burst open soon too. Wow. I do need to get some sudden impact to give them a boost though. Payday on Tuesday, so I will try to stretch my budget then. So lots of Shehechianus this weekend, which is a blessing Jews say for the first time something blooms, or the first time you do something, or the first harvest of the season. Especially for the first time I shook the lulav and etrog this year. In fact, I think it's been several years since I sat and enjoyed a sukkah for the holiday Sukkot. I enjoyed the lovely sukkah. Thanks, Sally, for bringing me along for today's celebration of Sukkot. I enjoyed meeting the lovely mayor as well. There was a mayor nearby. She was gorgeous. Pity I didn't have sugar lumps or carrots for the lady dear. I'm glad the AGM went well and look forward to seeing you all next time I rock up to shul. It's been a long, long time. Here's a photo of me, but blurry, back in 2011. Where my friend's daughter's friend did my hair because I looked awful. So yeah, that grew out very quickly and looked awful too, but you know, I looked good in that moment. I was at that time attending, had invited myself off the street to an outlaw motorcycle clubhouse here in Wollongabba, and I went there with that hairdo, feeling glamorous. The things I used to do, it's delightful. Anyway, that concludes my readings and writings of today's date. I haven't written anything else because it's now 2:06 p.m. and I'm a bit tired and I need to eat those chicken wings I cooked that you heard go beep, beep, beep like 20 minutes ago. I have to heat them up again, and I've got to move the hose, and I've got to spend some time with my Charlie, and I gotta. But all in all, it's a beautiful day. So much love from the multiverses, the Ein Sof Or down to Malkut, down to Earth, and many blessings and much joy, and have a beautiful day, people. And as always, do remember, never let the bastards grind us down. You, me, and us all. Amen Vasalah. Love you all. Bye.